everyone, welcome. So doesn't it figure they changed the configuration a little bit, and as I went to go live, it didn't go live. But I think I got it. So we're here now. Good morning or afternoon or evening or whatever it happens to be when you're watching this. I'm Coach Mel. Today is leg day. So a little bit different than my normal workouts. Usually we do a full body workout, get a little upper, lower core cardio, kind of get everything in there. Today it's all about legs. That's all we're going to do is legs. So the way the format is going to work is we're going to do 2 rounds today. Each round has 3 moves, which is a little bit inaccurate because the second round we're actually only doing 2 moves, but it's a one-sided move. So we'll do one side and then we'll do the other side. We're going to count reps today. I'm going to do my best to keep track. Each round, we're going to do 3 sets. So our first set is going to be 12 reps. Our second set is going to be 10 reps. And our last set is going to be 8 reps. If you have additional weights, the way that I'll be doing this is the first set, I'll be on my lightest weight, and then I'll go to a medium weight, and then I'll go to a heavy weight. So as we go down in reps, I'm going to be going up in weights. That's part of why I have my gloves on today, because holding on to those weights, it just makes it a little bit easier. So all about legs. If you do not have additional size weights, that's quite all right. You're still going to follow right along. You're just going to do a little bit more mind muscle because you're not going to have heavier weights in your hands. I don't expect this to be super long. I haven't timed it out, but because it's reps and not time, I'm going to put it at probably about a half an hour. I don't know. We're going to see. But it's all about the legs. Have your weights ready. Make sure that you have a space that's open for you to be able to do that. There's one of the exercises that we do. I'm only going to hold one weight, but I'm going to really vary my weights a lot each round. But you do whatever you have. You can hold 2 weights in that round. I'm just going to be doing one heavier weight for those. So all about legs. Don't be scared. We can all do it. I'm also doing this barefoot today, which is very unusual for me. I have a lot of problems with my feet. But as long as there's no like jumping or, running around, anything like that, I like to really have a nice flat foot. The other thing you could wear is a very, I forget what this, I'm drawing a blank, but so there's not a lot of heel in this. There is a little bit, but not nearly as much as like a running shoe. So there's all different things that you can use. Today I'm going to do it barefoot and really keep a nice level surface. All right. It looks like it's 9 o'clock, which means it's time to start. Grab a couple sets of weights. If you have them, if you don't, that's okay. But because we're working legs, which is a bigger muscle, you could probably go a little heavier. Obviously, your legs are holding your body weight up all the time. And you might also notice that you get a little bit out of breath because, again, bigger muscles. Those muscles are going to be calling for a lot of oxygen. So you may notice, even though we're not moving around quickly and we're counting those reps, you may notice a little bit of, feeling that heart rate go up a little bit. It's all good. As always, we're going to start with a warm-up. We will finish with some stretching. I think it's time to get going. All right. I'm going to go off screen just for a second. Okay. So let's start with our warm-up. Again, if you want music, go ahead and put the music on. We're really going to focus on a lower body warm-up because all we're working are the legs today. So pump those arms, lift those knees. The warm-up will be a little shorter than usual. Even though we're holding weights, we're not really going to use our arms. Let's go out nice and wide. Pump those arms, lift those knees. Good. Let's bring it in for 4. In 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4, and out. Good. Let's go singles. In, out, out. In, out, out. All right. I want you to do some high knee raises here. So I'm slowing the pace down. We're just getting that heart going, but now we really want to focus on squeeze as we lift. All right, let's do some hip rolls. We have a lot of hip movements here in a leg workout. Roll it out. You can hold on to something if you need to, a chair next to you or a wall behind you if you need it for balance. That's it. All right, we're going to hinge forward, arms out, flat back, straight legs while we're doing this. When we go into our Romanian deadlift later, still a flat back, but we're going to put a little bend in the knees. But this, we're just stretching those hamstrings right now, so we don't want to bend in those knees. Good. Let's get 2 more here. Last one. All right, we're going to do some just body weight squats. I'm going to turn this way. Our first round, we will have some squats. So we want to push the hips back, sink into the heels. Just getting things warmed up. Couple more. Last one. All right, and while we're not going to have any side lunges, I do want to do a few, get that inner thigh warmed up, because we will have some sumo squats. You'll feel that. Good. Watch on this one, that shoulder, hips, knees, toes, everything's facing forward, shifting those hips back. Get a nice inner thigh stretch as we lean forward into this a little bit. So again, 2 rounds, 3 moves in each round, 3 sets in each round. We're going to start with 12 reps in the first set, 10 reps in the second set, 8 reps in the last set. So I'm going to do my best to count out loud, because you know when I start talking, I lose track. All right, so I'm going to start with my lightest weight, and we're going to do a suitcase squat. That's hands here. And just like those air squats we just did, same thing, nice and slow and controlled. I'm going to pick up my weights. Again, this is my lightest weight for this round. Just letting them here. It's called suitcase squat because it's like we're holding 2 suitcases. We're going to push those hips back, drive up through your heels. 1, nice and slow and controlled. Push through the heels, squeeze all the way up the leg. 3, 4, 5. Big exhale on the up as we're squeezing. 6, 7, 8. Lead with those hips shifting back. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so that's the first move. Next move, I'm actually going up in my weights a little bit because I am using those hamstrings, big muscles. We're going to do those Romanian deadlifts. So I just want to show you the positioning first. Feet are under my hips. My weights are going to be here in front. Again, hips are gliding back, right? We don't want this. We don't want this. We want a nice flat back. Hands are going down to about mid-shin, and then we stand it back up. So again, 12 reps. I'm going to show you from the side. Feet under the hips. Roll those shoulders back. Right? If you are feeling this in your low back at all, you're hunching yourself forward. All right? Chest up nice and tall. Here we go. Hinge forward. Hinge. Squeeze in the glutes. Push through the heels. And raise. That's 1. Think of it. Push the hips back. Bring the hips forward. 2. And 3. Back is nice and flat. 4. Down we go. 5. Hinge. 6. Hinge. 7. Hinge. 8. Hinge. 9. Hinge. 10. Exhale out me up. Squeeze all the way to the glutes. 11. Last one. 12. All right. Next, we're going to do calf raises. Now, I'm going to go up in weights again, because if you think about it, your calves are working with you on every single step that you take every day. So they can handle a little bit more weights. Again, if you don't have different size weights, that's okay. We're going to do a traditional calf raise. Again, I'm going to go to the side. Feet are right underneath the hips or just a little bit more narrow. And we're just going to go straight up onto the toes and down. So I try to pause just a second up at the top, 2. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to roll out to our little toes. Keep it nice and straight. 4. 5. My toes are cracking. 6. Good. 7. Weight even. 8 on the balls of your feet. 9. Whoop. Sometimes you come down a little quicker than you want. 10. There's a lot of balance here. 11. And 12. All right. I'm going to put those weights down. Bend your knees. We're going to take a quick 30-second break here. Grab a drink if you need it. Now, if you have higher weights, we're going to go up in weights, down in reps. So we're going to do 10 reps of each move now. I got to get a fan on round 1 and I'm already, whew. All right. So we're going to start with that suitcase squat again. I did 8 pounds my first round. I'm going to move up to my 10-pound weights and we're going to do 10 reps. All right, go ahead and get your weights. Let's get set up. Feet under the hips. Remember, start by pushing those hips back, weight in the heels, squeezing quads, glutes on the way up. Here we go. Sink down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're doing 10 in this one. 6. Hips lead it, not the shoulders. I know you have to, 7. You got to bend back a little bit, but 8. We're keeping those knees straight, right in line. 9 and 10. All right, I'm going to go this way just for a second. Make sure that as you come forward, your knees are not collapsing in. We keep everything in nice straight lines. All right, Romanian deadlift. 10 reps. I'm changing my weights for this one because, again, big muscles. Feet under your hips. Roll those shoulders back. Push the hips back. Lead with the chest. Here we go. Hinge about mid-shin. Up for 1. Hinge. Up for 2. Hinge. 3. 4. So don't arch when you come up either. You don't want to do this, right? Stay nice and in control. Straight lines. That's 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right. Calf raises are next. Now we're going to change our foot position a little bit in this calf raise. We're going to go out, okay, so that we're doing that duck. Again, your calves are strong. They hold your body weight all the time. So I'm going to show you here first. So I'm going to come here. So my heels are closer together. I'm going to stay in this position right here. All right, from here, pressing up and down. So with the feet a little wider, it's a little easier to hold at the top there. That's 2 and 3, 4, 5. Good. 6, 7. Try to control it down. 8, 9, and 10. Sometimes it's hard because you're losing your balance. All right. That is the end of set 2 in round 1. So we have to do those 3 exercises one more time. Again, I'm going to go up in my weights for each, but we're going to go down in reps. So we are now at 8 reps for each move, starting with those suitcase squats. All right, grab a quick sip. Grabbing my weights. This is my heaviest weights for this move. Get yourself set up. Nice and tall. Push those hips back. Sink into your heels. Squeezing all the way up. Here we go for 8 reps. Sink down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. All right. Romanian deadlifts are next. Again, heaviest weight for this move. So I'm moving up my 15s. Bend those knees to pick up your weights. Get yourself in a good position. Roll those shoulders back. Hinging forward. Coming about mid-shin. Push those hips back. Drive up through your heels. Hinge. 1, 2, 3. Drive those heels into the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm starting 8 with that hip hinge, right? So it's not about the knee bend, it's about the hip hinge. All right. Last time for the calves, we're going to pigeon toe. So we're going to bring our toes in. All right. So we're going to go here as we raise. All right. And I have to go over to my big weights over here in order to do an increase. Okay. So toes in. Go back here so you can see. All right. 8 reps. Here we go. Whew. 1. Had to get my balance there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I could have done more there, but I'm sticking with the plan, which was to do 8 reps at our heaviest weight. All right, round 1, done. Round 2, we really have, it's 3 moves, but it's 2 moves. So because one of them is reverse lunge and we're going to do it on one side and then on the other side. But we're going to start with a goblet sumo squat. So feet are going to be out nice and wide. Watch this first to make sure that you're getting your feet as wide as they're supposed to. A lot of people don't go wide enough. I'm going to hold 1 weight in the middle. You could also hold 2 weights. But when we get down to the bottom here, your knee should be a nice 90-degree angle to your ankle, okay? So as you come down, knee goes out, same direction as your toe. We don't want to collapse. We want to go out, and a nice straight line here, all right? So again, I'm going to start with my lowest weight for this, and we're going to do 12 reps. What did I tell myself I was going to use? I'm using kettlebells for this one. I could probably go heavier, I'm saving myself a little bit because I'm doing a big hike this weekend. So toes are out at about 45-degree angle. Hold your weights right up here close to your chest. I'm holding it like that. We have 12 reps. Here we go. Sink down. So your chest should stay nice and tall, right? Don't lean forward here. 2. So it's like there's a string on your head. You're going straight down, pushing straight up. 3. Sink down, drive up for 4. Try to keep equal weight in your heels. 5. 6. That exhale's on the up. 7. Get as low as you can. As you do this over and over. 8. See if you can get a little lower. 9. 10. 11. And 12. All right, go ahead and put that weight down. We're going to move to our reverse lunge. Now we're going to do it on one side and then the other side. So when you step back, the right distance is that when you come down, you have nice 90-degree bends. I have a little bit of toe issues, so it's a little bit hard sometimes for me to really get down on this one. But if you can get all the way down to the floor, that's great. You don't have to. And if you do get all the way to the floor, go gentle. All right, I'm picking up my lowest weights for this round because we have 12. So I'm going to plant my foot. I'm going to step back with this foot and watch the shoulders, right? I see way too many people go into this way. No, keep your shoulders up. We're stepping back and sinking down. We want good form here. All right, here we go. Sink down, up through that front leg. 1, stay on that same side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 more on this side. 6, 5, 4, 3. This one is also a balance thing. 2, and last one. All right, I'm going to mention it quickly before I switch to the other side. If you're having trouble with your balance, make sure that you're on railroad tracks, not a balance beam. So when you step that foot back, make sure you're stepping straight back from your hip, not twisting it, okay? I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna do the opposite leg of what you just did. And here we go, step back. 1. Everything faces forward, toes, knees. 2. Working out is all about nice straight lines. 3, 4, 5. Now this one for me, I would have been better off in sneakers. 6, because this toe had a bunny neck to me and it doesn't work the way that it should. 7, so my form looks a little bit off. It is 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so that is our first set of round 2. We're going to repeat those again. So we're going to start with that goblet sumo, 1 weight or 2, toes out nice and wide. Grab a quick drink if you need it. Woo! So I'm going to grab a heavier kettlebell for this one. Remember, we're dropping our reps, increasing your weight if you can, holding it at your chest, out nice and wide. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep that chest nice and tall. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, go ahead and put your weights down. So I'm going to quickly throw on a pair of sneakers because those reverse lunges really bothered my feet. I kind of forgot about that. So this is going to help me. So grab a quick drink if you need to while I'm doing this. Just throwing them on. No socks or anything. That's okay. Don't need them. And tie them loosely. Woo! All right, we're going into reverse lunges. 10 reps each side. Increasing your weights if you have them and can. But staying at the same weight is perfectly fine. I want you to really put that mind-muscle connection. All right, let's go. Let's get ready for the first side. So I'm going to do the same first side that I did the first set. We're stepping back for 10. Here we go. 1, 2. Don't rush through it. 3, 4, 5. That's halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I got everything going on today. Now my nose is running. So take a quick break while I wipe the nose. A little bit of everything today. That's what's fun about being live. Never know what's going to happen. All right. Pick those weights back up. If you put them down, we got to go to the other side. Get yourself nice and tall. Stepping back on leg 2. Here we go. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really driving up through that front leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so put those weights down. Give yourself a quick break. That was set 2 of round 2. 1 more to go. Definitely a little bit out of breath. Using those big muscles, they're calling for oxygen. All right, last time doing our goblet sumo squat. So again, I'm going to go up in weights, but we're going to go down in reps. We only have 8 reps of each. All right, let's grab a quick drink. I'm going for the big boy over here. Oh, all right. Feet out, nice and wide. 1 or 2 weights, right in the center at your chest. Sink down into it. Here we go. 1. Keeping those shoulders back, chest up tall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, 2 more. We got this. 7 and 8. All right, carefully put your weights down. Woo! I hope I don't regret this. Big hike in 2 days. I'm hoping I'm not too sore. All right, reverse lunges, side 1. 8 reps. We got this. All right. Good position. Shoulders over your hips. Keep them there as we step back. Here we go. 1, 2, toes facing forward. 3, knees facing forward. 4, no funky twists here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, quick little rest here. This is it. Last 8 reps coming up right now. Woo, that's a lot of leg work in a short amount of time. All right, let's do this. Standing tall, stepping back, leg 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There's 4. We got 4 more. Let's count it down. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Make it your best. Oh. All right, carefully put those weights down. Woo! Oh, okay. That was no joke. Ooh, that fan feels great. All right, don't go away. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching. We work those legs hard, right? Stretching is gonna help us not be quite as sore. But when you're sore tomorrow and you're cursing my name tomorrow or the next day, right? I'm a 2-day. A lot of times my biggest sore comes 2 days afterwards. Woo! All right. Let's just start. So I'm going to start with a quad stretch. I'm going to hang on to the wall here. Bring that foot up and back. Now, if you cannot do that, you can put your foot on a chair or go against a wall. It's hard for me to show you. I don't have a wall that I can go against that you could see. But you can go against the wall and then let yourself fall back into that a little bit. And you should feel it up here in your quad. But let's hold that for a moment. Woo! Still a little out of breath. All right, let's bring that to the other side. Oh, yeah. Feel that. Right there in that quad. All right, take that foot that you were just stepping or holding on to, step it back. And now I want you to pick up the heel and roll that hip forward. So my hip and knee right here come into a straight line. Shoulder, hip, knee. Nice straight line. Hold that there for a minute. My legs are shaking. How about yours? Woo! All right, push that heel to the floor. Let's stretch the calf. We did all those calf raises. Let's stretch it out. Heels on the floor. Really bring yourselves forward. You should feel that in your calf. And now I want you to rock back on that front heel. Heel down, toe up. Straight leg, hinge forward. All right, let's go to the other side. So take a giant step back. Once you're back, pull up that heel, roll the hips forward. Get into that hip flexor, right? Use those hips as we push those hips back in those leg moves. Push your heel to the floor, hinge forward. Let's stretch the calf. And now let's rock back on that front heel, straight leg, flat back, hinge forward. All right, slowly bring yourself up. Let's bring those feet out wide. Gonna go to that inner thigh. Come on over to the side. Everyone should really hinge forward so that you could feel that in the inner thigh. Toes are facing forward, shoulders are facing forward. Pushing back into that heel, but hinging forward. And bring it to the other side. Reach out in front, and then just let yourself come all the way down to the floor. Nice flat back. Bend those knees. Roll yourself up. I always like to finish with a nice blast off. Bring it up. Big exhale. All the way down. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this leg workout. Like I said, a little bit different than my normal full body workouts, But if you're looking to hit those legs hard, this is a great one to come back to. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here to help you be healthy before you need to be healthy. See y'all again real soon. Bye, everyone. Whew. Oh, I'm beat.